Welcome to JCQ News at 7.
This is Jerry Chen and with me is Steffi Johnson.
In today's news, we'll be discussing the riot that is destroying Detroit.
Reported to be a simple police raid on an unlicensed bar on July 23rd has escalated into a mob riot for the citizens of Detroit, has left hundreds injured, several dead, and thousands arrested.
Many buildings have been shattered and destroyed. How this riot began is still a mystery, but we were contacted by a witness on 12th Street who saw what happened. Let's go to Callie, who is with the witness now.
So tell us, John, what happened on the first night of the riot?
Well, I was just minding my business. When all of a sudden I looked down from my apartment. It's the one on the third floor across the street from the bar. See, I was one of those people who didn't go to the party last night.
If you don't mind explaining, what was this party for?
It was for one of those veterans that came back from Vietnam. They were the only ones to come back out of the men who volunteered from this neighborhood. So everyone went out to celebrate.
And then?
I think it was around 8:30.
And then what happened?
I'm not sure why, but the police car started pulling up outside the bar, and I was just about to go outside to ask about what was happening when they busted into the bar. That's when the first few people were taken out. Then more and more police came. Lots of people were seeing this too, and they all ran out as a crowd to get to the front seats for the action. Of course, I had to join in too because my cousin was at the party, and I would have hated if something happened to her.
Wasn't this a simple raid? Why do you think so many policemen were contacted?
It must have been because there were so many people at the party. Around 80, I heard. So once the car was full, they would drive off to replace by two more. The crowd was getting larger and larger. Too large because it was taking them around 2 hours to get everyone arrested. Everyone in the crowd was getting really rowdy because they were watching their friends and family led away. And I swore I heard someone scream Black Power.
Can you describe for our viewers the atmosphere of the raid?
Well, it seemed like everyone was just more and more intense as the last few cars came along. We could tell the policemen were getting nervous because more and more people were joining the crowd. I guess someone got some idea because of this and threw a brick at the back of the last police car.
Is this how it started? The police just coming around to arrest people?
No, none of the cars stopped to arrest any more people, or crowd just got when the car just got angrier. Then some people began to loot and burn down buildings. That's how it began.
Thank you so much for taking time to speak with us, John. It's Callie Chesterman signing off. Back to you, Jenny.
Thank you, Callie. I'm sure our viewers are happy to know what happened.
In other news, our reporters are live with Officer Girardin, who was on the front lines of the bar raid.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Julia McGrath of the Detroit Free Press, here with Police Commissioner Ray Girardin.
Tell us, Officer Girardin, what happened that night on July 23rd?
I was on my daily patrol on West Side around 12th and Claremont, and walking by this bar, I hear these noises, and they're loud, and I'm trying to do my duty and go check out the disruption. And we're thinking of arresting maybe 2, 3, 4 people, and we get in and the bar's full of colored folks. I have a good time. I see 2 men across the room dressed up in camo. I learn later that they're Vietnam War vets and they want to celebrate, but it's after hours. I go up to the bartender and say, I need to speak to your manager, and the boy tells me, we don't have a liquor license. That's a problem. You can't have a bar if you don't have a liquor license. I calmly say, nobody leave. Everyone's under arrest. My deputy and I getting ready to round up all these people, take them down to the sheriff's office. Before you know it, people outside, the mob's coming in, and the crowd just goes wild. Rounding up around our car, getting violent, screaming, yelling. People shops down the street, they're getting looted. People walking out with clothes. You don't pay for it or anything, just walk in, walk out. Got some clothes. Other people's profits. It gets so out of hand, we're just trying to arrest these people and do our job. We have people giving us their fake identities. We can't just depend on their names. I have to start getting my people to fingerprint them, start making makeshift jails in the middle of the street. My boys were outnumbered. We couldn't handle the mob. I had no choice but to call the National Guard.
Officer Girardin, why do you think they erupted then and there?
I went to talk to the prisoners, and she explained it to me like this. We're equal, but there's no justice. We are not the same as you white folks. You can only make a person build up anger for so long. They were out celebrating 2 war veterans coming home. We obstructed that party compared to other cities. They're better off economically, they got better education, better housing. Every 2 in 5 black folk own their own home. The white people, we need our infrastructure. We need things to move on our economy. We had to put down railroad tracks and highways. And it's always the poor folks' homes to go first. We can put down these infrastructure and have a better economy.
Thank you for your time, Officer Girardin. Back to you, Steffi.
As the riots are going on, many innocent people are getting killed. The National Guard claims that the people they shoot are armed, but that's not entirely the case. Not only are people getting killed through the guardmen, but also through other means.
Businesses are getting ruined and destroyed, and their owners are getting killed too. Such as in the case of Kirker George Mason, who owned a shoe repair shop. He was killed on the first day of the riots, and all he was doing was defending his property. The saddest story of the day is one of 4-year-old Tanya Blanding, the youngest and most innocent victim of them all. Let's go to Callie Chesterman, who was with the victim's father.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Steffi. I'm Callie Chesterman, reporting here with little 4-year-old Tanya's father. Now, as you know, Tanya was shot through the chest from a stray bullet that went through the window. Tell me, how did you feel this day, and how did you feel having a bullet go through your window?
It was just like any ordinary night. I was putting my little girls to sleep, and Tanya was just being a little kid. She just peeked out through the window, wanted to see what was going on outside, and then out of nowhere, a bullet came right through my house, right through the window. The National Guard tank said it was in response to some kind of sniper or whatever, but all I was doing was lighting a cigarette, just trying to get a smoke. I don't understand how that's any excuse for taking away the life of my daughter. She'll never live again. I'll never see my baby girl again.
I'm sorry for your loss, sir. Now,
damn it! Smoking killed my daughter.
Now, for all you viewers out there, is the National Guard protecting the people or targeting the innocent? I'm here from West Euclid, live, Callie Chesterman. Back to you.
Damn it!
Thank you, Callie. Now let's go to Tina Chen, who is currently with Governor George Romney.
Here I have with me is Governor Romney. Hello, Governor Romney. How's the situation here at the moment?
Hello. We are currently experiencing some difficulties. Mayor Jerome P. Kavag has asked me to send in the state police, but these 300 men could not handle the riot from spreading into the 100-block area around Virginia Park.
So what are you going to do about this kind of situation?
I've called in the National Guard, but they didn't arrive till evening. After the National Guard came in, 1,000 more people were arrested. 5 others were dead, and the riot still grew.
So all this happened on Sunday?
Yeah. Yesterday, 16 people were killed, most by police or guardsmen. I asked President Lyndon Johnson to send in some U.S. troops. They arrived today and started to patrol the streets in tanks and armored carriers. 10 more died today. In my prediction, more people will die tomorrow if this doesn't end soon.
Thank you, Governor Romney, for speaking with us this evening. Back to you, Jenny and Steffi.
Thank you for joining us at JCQ News. I'm Steffi Johnson.
This is Dre Penn, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Go.
Reported to be a simple police raid on an unlicensed bar on July 23rd has escalated into a mob for the citizens. Oh. Kill me now.
just if you can.
Ready?
Yeah.
Try to make it more realistic.
And go.
It's been 2 days since the beginning of the riots in Detroit. I'm Callie Chesterman, reporting here live with John, who was a witness at the scene. Good afternoon, John.
Good afternoon. Oh. Wait, I'm supposed to be reading the script?
It's been 5 seconds.
Greetings! I'm the new star of the show.
Stop it!
What? I don't need this.
Okay, get out of the frame.
Yeah,
Oh, I sound like a man.
Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Steffi. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
Victims' fathers are supposed to be depressed.
You're
Depressed.
I forgot what I'm supposed to say. Okay.
Wait, press. Put my hair down. Like a mess.
You look emo.
Me? Oh.
No.
So,
Well, that's kind of the point. I'll never see her again.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mr. Tanya's father.
She's dead. Daughter! No! Damn you, smoking! You took my daughter!
Are we done?
I think we're done, right? No.
The saddest story of
That's a record. I never messed up on the before. I usually make it a sentence.
Okay, sorry.
Ready? Go.
The saddest story of the day is of Tanya Blanding